Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the session. This is K. Balakrishna. Presently, we are dealing with the subject called as brand management. In this brand management, we are dealing with the subject, the topic, which is called as brand equity. In the past, we have discussed what do you mean by brand equity and what is the brand building steps involved in getting a brand equity. First, a brand awareness is created. Next, a brand image is induced. Next, brand loyalty is increased. Next, brand identity is established. Brand associations are developed. Later step is development of brand equity. What do you mean by brand equity? Brand equity is the set of worthiness of the brand, assets associated with the brand, or the worth of the brand, or the value of the brand given to the product. These are the various aspects which we learn while studying about brand equity. Brand equity is the value of the brand, worth of the brand, or assets and liabilities associated with the brand. As the brand equity is increased, the value of the firm gets increased, and it becomes a multifolded. Now I'll be sharing your screen regarding the brand equity and its importance. Along with this, we'll also learn what are the benefits of brand equity, what is Keller's brand equity model, and various other things also we'll be learning in this conversation. First, what do you mean by brand equity? Brand equity is the value or worth of the brand, the worthiness of the brand, the assets associated with the brand, and the decrease in the liabilities of the brand is called as brand equity. Brand equity shows how well the experience of the people have with the brand. The consumers continue, it indicates that the consumers are continuously purchasing and the competitors' abilities have restricted drastically. How do you build the brand equity? The first and the foremost, you build the brand equity is you have to understand the company. You have to understand why the company is existing and what are the important aspects of the company to generate the value of the brand. It's a test your message, test your messaging. Test your messaging in the sense while creating your message, it's important to know that what is the positioning element. Does the positioning element reach the large community of people, and does the positioning element help in increasing the sales or not is being understood. It's a drive awareness. Drive awareness in the sense brand equity's starting step is creating awareness. Once the awareness is created, brand image is increased. Once the brand image is increased, brand loyalty is increased. Once the brand loyalty is increased, brand identity is increased. Once the brand identity is increased, what happens is the worthiness of the brand, value of the brand, that is brand equity is increased. Maintain consistency. Any brand that is established will be consistent if the promises are realistic and if the advertising is believable. It's customer experience. If the customers are satisfied with the brand experience, we can say that they would come and visit the store again and again. This would increase the loyalty, identity, and associations, and thus brand equity is built up. Keller's model of brand equity. In Keller's model of brand equity, what happens is, first of all, it was set up by a professor, Kevin Keller. He says that every manufacturer has to mold according to the feelings associated with the brand's products. In a sense, they have to mold according to the product. That is, they have to understand the needs of the customers and mold in accordance with the brand's products. By creating positive associations, what do you mean by brand associations? Group of loyal customers of the brand are called as loyal brand associations. As the brand loyalty is increased, associations can be increased. As the brand associations are increased, the value of the brand goes on increasing. This model is based on hierarchy of brand equity. Hierarchy of brand equity in the sense sometimes the worth of the brand, the associated features of the brand will create an image and identity to the brand and increases the worth of it. There are a number of stages in development of brand equity. First, brand awareness. What do you mean by brand awareness? It is the familiarity of the brand in the market is called as brand awareness. Later, what happened? Communicating the idea behind the brand means the reason why the brand is existing in the market. That is, communicating is possible only through positioning the brand into the market. Next one is understanding the customer response. Before releasing the brand into the market, they will understand what is how many number of customers are going to purchase the brand and how many number of customers are potential enough. Next one is brand resonance. Resonance in the sense the match between manufacturer's ideology and the that is brand manager's ideology and the customer ideology. If the human needs are properly assessed, then it will result in brand resonance. That is, it increases the brand frequency, and this frequency will help to generate more profits than as expected. How to measure the brand equity? To measure the brand equity, what happens is, first and the foremost step here to measure the brand equity is financial measures. If the company's value is appreciating, if the company's value is increasing, then we can say that brand equity is increasing. How do you know about the company's value? The difference between tangible assets of the brand and the liabilities of the brand will give the value or worth of the brand. Market share. What do you mean by the market share? Market share is the number of people prefer to buy the brand or number of people who have already bought the brand. If the market share is increasing, then we can say that the chance of pulling profits increases and thus brand equity is created. Next one is revenue potential. If there is a chance that in the future a huge amount of revenue can be generated, then we can say that the revenue potential is high and the brand equity will also be high. Next one is product value. If the product is able to generate better benefit than what it is paid to the customers, then we can say that brand value is increasing. Next one is brand audit. What do you mean by brand audit? It is an investigation which gives the feedback regarding the brand. If the brand is able to perform well or not, it is estimated through an analysis through a feedback system, which is called as brand audit. Brand audit is a comprehensive framework for knowing what the customers are opinion regarding the brand. Next one is understanding the customer's perception. Understanding the customer's perception is done through quantifiable means. Quantifiable means includes market share, profitability, revenue generation, etc. and etc. It can also be done on the basis of consumer perception. Consumer perception in the sense the attitude, mindsets, opinions of the customers, the beliefs of the customers are met or not, or the product is unable to reach the benefits of the customers is being analyzed clearly. There are two tests to analyze the consumer perception. One is called as recall test and second one is called as recognition test. Recall means how many people remember the brand or not is being seen in both the tests. It's emotions associated with the brand. For example, there are certain people who purchases the brand because of its origin. There are certain people who purchases the brand because which originate from the foreign area. That is, people prefer foreign brands rather than Indian brands, as they feel that it is a status symbol to wear the foreign brands when compared to the domestic brands. What are the benefits of brand equity? The main benefit of brand equity is simple. The main benefit of brand equity is simple. As the brand equity is increased, the customer loyalty or associations of the brand also gets increased. What do you mean by customer loyalty? If the same customer purchases the brand again and again, he will be called as loyal customer, and the phenomena will be called as customer loyalty. As the brand equity increases, the positive brands, that is the brands which are able to generate higher amount of sales, will have higher amount of loyalty. Makes a deeper customer relationships. Deeper customer relationship in the sense, sometimes there is a chance that deeper customer relationship in the sense, sometimes the customer association with the brand increases, and thus the relationships also goes on. Broader brand. If the brand delivers its promises completely, and if the brand is able to perform well, it reaches the mass audience, it reaches a large community of people rather than a small group of people. That is, the targeted market associated with the brand will increases if the brand equity is strong. It's pricing opportunities. Any business manager or a brand manager can price the products at very high level, like BMWs, Benz, Harley Davidson, Ferrari, etc. They have priced the product at very high because they are having highest amount of brand equity. So in one word, we can say that brand equity helps the brand business manager to set the to increase the prices or to sell at a higher price when compared to the others. These are the various elements to be focused in brand equity. We have learned regarding Keller's brand equity. How do the Kellers stated the steps regarding the brand equity? What are the benefits associated with the brand equity? Apart from this, we also have learned what are the components of brand equity, how to measure and evaluate the brand equity. Okay, thank you.